2016, you get drafted, 25th round of the 2016 MLB draft by the Tampa Bay Rays. Just talk about that process, and I'll ask you, was there ever, because it sounds like you said, if you could change anything, you'd probably go straight out of high school. I mean, was there ever any thought, any consideration on coming back to school, or was it kind of you kind of knew as soon as you got taken, it's like I'm starting this journey?
No, there was, because hell, it was a weird process, on a standpoint of, like I had just mentioned, I threw 7-8 innings.
Right.
You're taking, a big risk drafting somebody. Like, granted, it's not like I signed for $1 million or anything like that, but it's just like, you're taking a big risk, taking a guy that, statistically speaking, has not proven himself. So I remember it was game 1 against Oklahoma State, the Super Regional. And Billy, the weight coach, the trainer at South Carolina, I had given him my phone because we were allowed to have our phones on us, just in case, you got a call. And he comes up to me, I'm sitting on the bench, and hell, we're 2 minutes away from first pitch. Because I don't know if you got drafted, but you keep getting a shit ton of text messages and phone calls and stuff like that. I'm like, what the hell? And as he hands me the phone, the guy from the Rays called me saying, we're gonna take it. I'm like, I wasn't expecting it. At that point, before that game, my mind was on one, coming back to school because I wasn't getting drafted. And even after that, after then the next 2 days, I stuck around. I even had a meeting with Coach Holbrook. I said, listen, like, I don't, I was planning on going back because I always knew that it was that I could pitch there. That was never a problem. But I think it was just ready for a brand new start to kind of just get it rolling again. So I got drafted and went in with a whole new confidence. And at that point I knew it was the right decision because it was just, like I said, it was a brand new start and I was ready to get going.
And so you start that journey. Just talk to me a little bit about that, because I've seen, you've bounced around from minor leagues to indie ball, and obviously you're right in the midst of the grind, chasing the dream right now. Just talk about what that's been like again, because again, you make the jump from high school to college. Going from college to pro is a whole different animal. It's a whole different beast.
Mm-hmm.
And I love watching, and I think a lot of fans do love watching minor league baseball because it's baseball at the purest form. Like, you have to love it. I mean, you just flat out have to love it. You know what I mean? To go through that but again, you're getting paid to play baseball. So, I mean, have perspective, but you truly do have to love it. I mean, it's a grind, no doubt.
Mm-hmm.
But just talk about what that's been like for you, what that process has been like, and I guess what you've learned along the way.
It's been a very long process, very long. But I've enjoyed it. You gotta have some, kind of some thick skin. When, you're in the minors and then ever I got released, it's just, I look back and I remember having that meeting of when I got released. And, I called my dad and told him, I was crying, whatever. I was like, all right. I was 22. What the hell am I doing? Like, there's still a lot more opportunity left to, to go out there and play. So ever since then, I've been playing any ball. Any ball is fun. A lot of people don't like. It's literally, I think it's the same as the minors, but there's more interaction in a way. And you're not, obviously everyone's trying to get picked back up and stuff like that, but you're not necessarily forced. There's no pressure on you, to go out there and go 4 for 4 or 4 home runs so you can get moved up to the next level. Obviously, you go 4 for 4 home runs, you get your name out there and maybe you get picked back up. But it just, you go out there and have fun. That's what it comes down to. Don't get me wrong, it is a grind, but it's worth it. I've seen guys who had all the talent in the world and they just didn't want to do it anymore. So they just retired and just called it quits and stuff like that. And I think that's one of the main issues that I'm having is that, I probably have maybe after this year, maybe one more year if I don't get picked up. to kind of figure it out. And I try not to think about it on a daily basis, but it's pretty hard because I've been playing this sport since, when I first started to walk. And I think that's that's going to be the probably toughest day of my life. To just kind of going away with this and, not throwing anymore and stuff like that. But up until then, hell, I'm going balls to the wall. I have nothing to lose at this point anymore. If I get signed, great. If I don't, then I don't. I got to go back to school anyways. I got to finish my degree. I still got about a year left. So, when the time comes, the time comes.